Henry Cooke asigi hatmustagan utanskagi pisuapahta kajas. Iko minä tanskai saa iga nuts. Anutsigo taimu Thompson. Tanskagi pistagon igajas. Iko minä tanskai saa iga nuts. Teini mo asimnata gajasimo umaga uaimuta. Henry Cooke wa kiutsiuti pigitoni. Iko minäkin wikihtuuti Thicket Portage. Iko timinäkin wijehu paktaho ehtastimina inutsihtigit. Anutsigo Henry Cooke utatusti Thompson. Iwichahati sinua imskami tatuskiun. Iko minä tawistihtai tatuski tigo teganma. Henry Cooke has shared several stories in the past with us. For this one, he has agreed to discuss Thompson and its development. Henry Cooke was born in Picketoni. He got married in Thicket Portage, where he has trapped and helped with some commercial fishing in the past. These days, Henry works at the provincial building as a counselor for employment services.
Nina, asamina Henry Cooke ni noma. Thompson utan nuigina sagaskaigo kaustiano da Thompson. Ego magayani mutta mato kayatsi mustato. Ego todma ego tsimatsi panigo tomo ei sage rappi kavita bitta mahanus Spokkun Sakygun ei tsigatti. Ispe nistama matsi paniga ihu. Tuske inut kavietti matsi tai sunjano ohumo tai Thompson usti. Kayasa ustiana sa Thompson nistam ke mata tuske anuta 1950 I should 52 51 52 ego tomagi va hotten stametti paskano e mata tuskatsi gattegu maiu mun ei suni anme gatsun ska panik Thompson jo chopavani kemo konane ko spiuttu musai mutete ego tagi upavani kemo va kepo ette paskia mano tsikis gente ista ke vanu ma tutsigatte ke vana jettus kattamane kuspi avana poi tonon tatte paskia mun engis gente ke vanu numa kai tutsigatte kuspi mano sin sirotten ke guattus ke inan ma tutsigatte vane nestame tuske aniste kusise pero ispanek ni itso kaniganotet katte paskano nuschemi Chigayane muratane wasigayan. Pero ispanik po kusing gisiyan, giswichiwan. Wane kottagan me tispanik umisisi. Sangi mininga ine kotta kompaso gaitis taniganian. Tanigante paskean to itchok na peto ichit. Wane chane usuagi matsepanik kagimatsi ottuskattamane ugegon. That was 1952 ego sui matsipani matatuske anot. Wane was piostse kapengi petuskate ni vutti. Ette paskano te paskana tuskatse gattik. In kuettusko kani kuisni as Canadian expression. Nego tiga kapengi tatus giettusko vegonik. Se tuoskin os giettuskani vut. Minun mielestä tuosta napio puitte josta niitattu skema oikeuspi. Ja vaan matsi oikeuspi niin mä joku syötti matsipa niin kuin mä Thompson. Mun ootsakin kenttää on se oikeuspi ketäkin tainoa joku mä Thompson ei tigaatti. Me vaippuventu noin hentunat tigaatti kantaa sinisikis ei sikis tiepit. Matsi oikeuspi niin mä paskannu Vinsni suoskin stuoskin mitte paskan anota vinsuutteenkin tausen nanai mukleika itsegaatti mystery lake egotte minä mystery lakeakin tonohnistam mun ei sun jaanta ittavo mystery lakean kianu mutsia teuspi hevi pauhtanohen niin mä sai hevi kai haatti tapaa open pete viittavo hikittu itseeguspi Vani pins kiitammi svepi pevatta iganon. Pins moklek kai tonu hase ko temina se minus sitä sinigi toku. Se voitte minimistä peivata ja anon. Mä se voi toostia se voi pitsin anon muuk liikentu ja anon he vot peis kampe votta kittakon. Muuk liikentu mä pei he votta mistä kimist setti oman nappe votta toskeitsi mis veitti osti. On käytetty paskan ja toskaatte niinku spinista. Niin nagatte enteen. Niin nagatsta. Niin päämette paskan. Te pääpittu snappi on itse on. Pegnappi on no siihen. Eikä minä enemmän keitattu skeema muodosti matsu. Se teki minä entä vanhan itse on nappi. Ja voi niistä on myös kuumak. Leipän spensaa kiitos. Kaikin se on atsettanut siihen. Ihmiset että on niistä nappi on. Ihmiset toki vitsi on. Mun on pakaan puhua itse on. Pitset minimistä uskoa itse on, kun siis ettoskia. Sitäkin minä tavan ekospii. Attoskeini ihmiset setti. Voitakin tohtaa enää se attoskeini ihmiskin. Inkuu, ettoskaan noin taisun ja ano. Se vois pienemmä. Mä piittus sukemaa okita usnopte pääsk. Ja meinin kampanissa kai tonno. Että pääskeet ja kuisto antaa vassakaan mitään iskopanin te pääskannaan. Inkuusti. Se voi mainos. Me katsomme joka moni sanoo, ne on hyttä Thompson liikaitse kätti. Mainita lästi. Mistä toi kampanjo kitti pentomakan mennistä me muis inkuutna. Ekospi. Sieltä sinä voi mitsi minä ja ne pakit nämä sopitu seekti pääski. Vaan ne piensi niistä paapakit ne käytiin kaikin taitti pääsi kattamaan. Ja vuonkin itse on. Ne on niistä vähän myös kuumak leipän. Ja kun pieni me niipi. Ja vuonkin itse on, kun pieni taitti pääskää. Ei kitta vaikka. Ne mäski. Taitti pääskää se kätti. Ja kun hänen kitti pääskääna. Ja kun hänen hävettämään. Kiitos näytti jätsi mun viituista näkyttäjänä simua. Yeah, we're situated here in the shores of Spokkun Lake. It is where we used to have a camp down here about a mile this way to the west of us, where we had our first camp when we first started staking claims for Inco back in '52. It was there that we sort of started out not knowing exactly what this staking was to become in the future. At that time I didn't really understand what I was doing other than I was putting claim lines in the bush and stuff like that. I didn't understand what they were about because nobody explained these things to us at that time. And it was really nice that to be able to learn as you go along why we did this. And now when you look back at it, at least when I look back at it, it was something worthwhile during the time when we staked this place. We didn't know then that there was going to be a big town of Thompson then. We didn't know whether this was going to develop into anything. But it's very good now when you can look back, at least for me anyway. It means a lot for me to look back now and see the development that took place since the time we were here at first. Back in 1952 when we had our claims, our tent, our base camp just along the shore here of Spokkun Lake, we didn't know exactly what we were doing No, none of us knew too much and why we did this for. But it was really interesting now when you look back. For me anyway, it's very interesting to be able to see what had become of this area. At that time we didn't know what to expect. And it's very important for people to look back now and see the development that's been going on in Thompson and the kind of town that we have, the kind of town that it had become. And it's nice to look back and see what Thompson had become. And there's been a lot of development since then. The mine has been developing quite nicely, and there's been a lot of people moving in, stuff like that, and people from all over the world, you may as well say. And it's nice to see that, although us native people don't really like it sometimes, but we have to accept it. We have to accept the changes of the present generation. It's really nice to be able to see the changes that we have to cope with and trying to understand and try and deal with the situation now. Because I think it was a good thing that happened around this area here. For a good reason. For a reason for that is we're able to have a good school system, a good place to go to school, for kids to go to school, and a good place to get to know people, because Thompson, I think, it's very friendly town, I think, anyway. And going back a few years when the town was just starting to develop, I used to think quite harshly about it, because I didn't really like what I was seeing that was happening then. The land itself seemed to be so different now than it used to be. You see the watermarks now, it's about 5 or 6 feet higher than it used to normally is. And everything is, I don't know, doesn't look right. But there's time coming when these things are going to be changed. It's going to be a little better in the future, I think. But I think Thompson itself have done a lot for everybody. It hurts a lot of native people to see the development and all that sort of thing, but I think it's for the better. It's a place for us where we can bring up our children and have decent to cope with the other ethnic groups and the other nationalities. It's very good to be able to do that. And I think Thompson is not really a bad place to live in, although at first I never used to think that way. It's quite a change from now, when you look back from now to 52. It's quite a change. And I used to work with different people, different guys from different areas, from different communities. There was one particular guy I used to work with, and I used to like working with, a guy that just happened to had an accident here not too long ago, a real good friend of mine. And I spent 3 summers with him, just him and I, going over places, staking claims here and there, and doing odd things like that for Inco. And that was, it was a good experience. And now when I look at Thompson, I never thought, looking back a few years, that I'd never see anything like that. It's nice to be able to think back now and see how it was one time and how it is now. I think a lot of us native people don't really never used to like the development of the way it is, especially after hydro took over, developing the hydro dams all over. But that has to happen, and we can't stop that, and I think it's for the better for our country, for our north and stuff like that. Minä käpistä pisin, että musta no niistä kaikki pitää olla mutta että no niistä pitäisi ei tentä manasta. Ei täppi anu mutta missä ei nuo, missä mihin pesipääkin niski pekun mutta mistä ei pitäisi sinä minä täppäs kun 1952 sinä. Aga minä olen Thompson tanssi sinä ohjelmasta. Minä uspi. Mun ei ole siitä kun puhumme teki musta soa apua. Siipi noin kipaa hoki kuspi. Kiminaasen. Aga annas mistä ei pitäisi sinä. Aga mä saa ruotsiksi minä opettajana niin mä espanjik. Että ei ne puhuatsi kätti. En saa näitä sitä nuhi tuonne oveski. Mä kaikki tuonnan teisviikin tähti minaasen. Tähti minun naavun kääpits. Aga joku mua Thompson ka itta pittämäkä ottaisikin häätistä kää ja hevottan. Saa ruotsiksi täpätän ja tää vastak tää tuosti minun täykin aussia. Kaikki ne on täykin kenttä ja vastakin mistä useisikin kenttä. Eikö se poissi minua sinä taisikin omaa, että saa missä no tai itse aja huuko ja mistä useisikin kenttä määtsikin. Hyvä. Me saamme tänne tapaskin nauja kevankaan tuttai. Tai itse siis tekemään aja kevanumaan tuttai. Eikä aika peesää tai nuuttintoja tapiskut tai nuumittoja. Mun on kiamka kun ne ei vitsi aatana eikä vitsi aamää. Kuesteisi tai vitsi vitsi ittoja. Minä ueskit saas missä noutaa vitsi iskentä jeekoon. Minä asuma saan nimuma teis kuului tavallis kevan täyvikis kenttä. Kis täpättän juhu. Niin ei mannut siis kuului mistä. Aika mistä engikis kun omaakin mistä uus. Että kevan näytti se kautsi minä asiakis kun omaa. Kaikki kisken aamuit minä kisken opmak. Sä vuotten täpättis tänään sä isiä keukku. Ja kun se mä kista ois katsak. Kalkui si pentamok. Skål kiska natta muu heppi ei skuli tai viikiskentä megi vaan kiska no maga viik viikitä nutna meg kiska no maga una koetti pituttamuk kisto kiska no maga viikeko aivan se no naskumit no oikein niin sinne kantotta me kuutti puitti osti kai. Thank you very much.